Hi everybody, today is the 13th of December and as always we're gonna tell the pen story. This pen story has changed a lot of people's life and shed light into what something happened to our life and how we can create or manifest our dream life in a very certain way. Are you ready? Let's get started. What is this? It's a pen. What do we use this pen for? To write. Now there is a dog inside the room. I'm going to wave this in front of the dog. What does the dog do? The dog probably will sniff, lick, or chew this, right? Does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So for the dog, this one is not a pen, but for the human, this one is a pen. So who is correct, the dog or the human? The answer is both correct. For the dog, this one is a chewing toy, but for the human, this one is a pen to write. The dog is correct in the dog world, and the human is also correct in the human world. So that is our first lesson, both correct. Now, let's imagine that there is a table in front of me, so I'm going to put this thing on the table. And then both the dog and I will walk out the room. So inside the room, there'll be no human, no dog. What does this thing become? It is still a pen or a chewing toy. Oh, it becomes almost nothing, and the ancient wisdom called this as the emptiness. The emptiness is actually a very magical definition. As we understand the emptiness, we'll be able to achieve anything in our life. Just like Gishi Michael Roche applied the emptiness into his business and was able to build a business with revenue of $250 million a year. He's also able to help several refugees. So what is the emptiness and why is that so magical? Let's go back to the pen story, okay? So this technically on the table and then this is almost nothing. But as soon as I go back into the room and I look at this becomes a pen. When the dog come back to the room and the dog look at this becomes a chewing toy. And when both the dog and I come back to the room at the very same time, and we both look at this at the very same time, what does this thing becomes? It becomes two things, a pen for me and a chewing toy for the dog. So a single thing, when there is no human, no dog, or to be exact, nothing to interact with. It comes back to its true self and we call it the emptiness. However, it also has the potential to become anything or anyone depending on who or what is looking at the very moment. And that is our second lesson. Along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. Now, I see this as a pen. So does this pen coming from me or does this pen coming from the thing itself? This pen is actually coming from me. Why am I so certain? Because if this thing is the pen itself, then the dog or anything in this entire universe will have to see it for what had been planted earlier into. So this one have to see it for what it is, which is a pen. But does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So this pen is actually coming from me. This pen is actually coming from my mind. And everything is actually coming from our mind. So that is our third lesson. Everything is actually coming from our mind. Now let's move on to the fourth lesson. So this pen, I see this. So this pen is actually coming from my mind, right? So I'm going to change my mind and I'm going to think this one become a diamond, okay? So please pray with me. Diamond, diamond, diamond. Open my eyes. It's still a pen. So what in my mind that forced me to see this as a pen but not a diamond? There are seeds inside our mind that the ancient wisdom call as karma. When we see something, the seed inside our mind pop up, open up and cover this thing and made it see it for what had been planted earlier into our mind. So who planted the seed into our mind? Only you can plant the seed into your mind, and only I can plant the seed into my mind. How can we do it? By three ways, by our word, by our action, by our thoughts, especially when we try to help other people. So for instance, I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to say that I have the pen. Would you like to have this pen? And when my friend say, yes, please, I'd be so happy to give this to my friend with the hope that I can help my friend. So when I give this palm will open up and both me and my friend will see it. And it start leaving mark in my mind. A couple days later, when I see this, I recognize this one as a pen, which means that the seed of the pen has already been planted into my mind. And now it pop up, open up, and made me see this one as a pen. And this is how a pen become a pen, or anything surround us become what and who they are to us. In the pen story, there are several meaningful lessons. Today we went over 4 different lessons. The first lesson is both correct. So we learn to respect each other's opinion, we learn to respect each other's choices, and we learn to listen to each other with a compassionate heart. The second lesson is, along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. So trust your potential, trust the potential of within or everyone around you, and trust the potential of whatever happened to you. Another thing that we can learn from that lesson is that everything changed, including yourself. So cherish the very moment, because that very moment is the only thing that you have. Because after that, everything will change, and we will never experience that moment again. And also, when we learn that, we learn to cherish the moment, because in that very moment too, anything can happen as long as you believe in the magic of the potential. And the third lesson is, everything is actually coming from the seed inside our mind. So we be 100% responsible to whatever happened to us, and we don't blame anyone, because in the end, we are the only one who can plant the seed into our mind. And that moves us to the fourth lesson, is how to create or manifest our dream life. So first we have to know what we want to have in our life, and then after that, we start planting those seeds using our word, our action, our thoughts with ourselves and other people. So if you want to have a happiness, then you have to use your word, your action, your thought with yourself and other people, helping other people and yourself feeling happier. If you want to have prosperity, then you have to your word, your action, your thoughts with yourself and other people, helping yourself and other people to become richer. And just like that, whatever that you want to have in your life, making sure that you plant it into your mind using your word, your action, your thought, helping people surround you and yourself to get that seed. So when the seed has already been planted, it's gonna come, and you're gonna get it one of these days. So lesson number 3. And with that, I want to conclude our lesson, our pen story, with a very important lesson, is that your past, your current word, your current action, your current thoughts is what dictate your future life. So just be 100%, just be 100%, very mindful, very cautious, very responsible to whatever that you are thinking right now, you are talking, you are acting. So just be very, very mindful of that, because your future is your future is all dependent on those things. And the lesson that I would like to share with you all today is it's actually pretty cold, pretty chilly, not like extremely cold, but pretty chilly in Hanoi City. And this morning it's very difficult for me to get up and take a cold shower. But what I learned is that the refreshing feelings after that. So, I learned the lesson that it's always hard to start doing something, but then you look at the benefit of what you receive after that. So it's something that I think that is really wonderful, because I feel that I was able to, thanks to my run in the morning, thanks to me taking the cold shower after that, I feel a lot more refreshing and ready for the days, and then all the positive energy actually come up to me. So I feel very thankful for that. Thank you so much for listening to me today. Thank you, Anna, for accompanying me in this 3,000-day journey. And if by me sharing with you my pen story or my lesson is something good, I would like to dedicate that to my dearest family, to my friends, to my co-workers, to my clients, or to anyone in this any living things in this world, any other words with love, wisdom, and gratitude. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye.